Some people find it relaxing, other people find it very stressful. There goes another cyclist. Let's give him a little peace sign. Bike blogger here. Topic of the day. Bicycle commuting. The world is changing. Let's acknowledge that, let's embrace that, but let's not forget to ride a bike. So, I read an article lately. It was related to, I think, the United Kingdom. They got a newspaper over there called The Guardian. Anyway, it said more people are coming back to work, kind of whether they like it or not, in the office. I should specify. Who likes work? Who likes work? No one likes work, no. Coming back to work in the office, so they're not you know, working from home. I don't know what this guy's doing. He's kind of making some crazy turns. Let's go up this way. We're doing the same thing that SUV was doing, cutting across parking lanes. All right, I'm trying to get out of the parking lot here. I could actually go out the back. We're gonna go out the front though of the parking lot. It's a left turn only lane. Let's wait for the pickup and a couple more cars. So yeah, the world is changing. Less people are commuting to work. Is that a good thing, a bad thing, or what? Well, it's not a bad thing at all for people to be going back to work, because you know, don't want to lose your job. But it's actually not that great of a thing for the environment though, because I mean, do I wait? I don't want to wait. Let's go this way. I go right here. It's like I'm going back to work right now. So anyway, I just was thinking of this and thought I'd hit the record button on the camera and let's start blogging. Let's go to the left. So when there weren't people going to the office, they weren't polluting. They weren't driving a automobile with one person in the automobile. Oh, and I read a study on that. That supposedly if you got 2 or more people in a car, it may not be much worse than one person riding a bike to work, because obviously exercising expends energy, which means you need to replace that with food and water, which, you know, it takes energy to come up with that stuff. Got a motorcycle. Wear a helmet. What's that noise? Is there a train? I think I might hear a train, or there might be some construction going on up over here. Find out in a second. So yeah, I mean, there are going to be more people. I don't see a train over there. Oh well. There are going to be more people working from home, period, because the world's just changed. It ain't all just rich white-collar bankers, but there's a lot of that. Let's go to the left. I'd say probably going forward, there's going to be an additional 1/4 to 1/3 of the workforce that will just be working permanently from their residence or from home after everything's said and done here, with everything, the world changing as it is. And it's kind of long overdue. I mean, the internet's been around for what, 30 plus years for the average person. So I mean, it sure has taken a long time. But, I think it's a good thing, more people working from home. It means there might be less people biking to work, or biking to work as often. My opinion on that is, you know, I mean, I like to commute to work. I mean, I think a lot of people do. Some people find it relaxing, other people find it very stressful. There goes another cyclist. Let's give him a little peace sign and make a left here. I don't know what's going on. This guy's waiting for me, I guess. Oh, don't run into the car. He was backing up. You know, there's a lot of benefits to bicycle commuting. I'm not here to say there's benefits to driving a car to work, because there isn't really. other than you don't really have to work for it, like bicycle commuting. But I think it's a good thing the more cars we can get off the road. So yeah, I am for people working from home if they're not gonna ride a bike. If you're gonna ride a bike, come on in, let's go. Everybody get on the street, ride a bike. Let's take over the streets. Take over the streets. But the case for bicycle commuting, well, like I said, if you had the option of just working from home or bicycle commuting to work, just in a weird world to say those are your only options, you know, not public transit, not, you know, an automobile or a helicopter or an airplane or whatever it is you take, you know, a horse, whatever it is you take to get to work every day. Yeah, I mean, if those are your options, I'd be for riding my bike to work. I mean, if I were to choose work from home permanently or, you know, ride my bike to work, I mean, I'm gonna pick ride my bike to work because I just like doing that. It's kind of breaks up the day. It's kind of therapeutic, I guess. You can do it with a friend or just alone. You know, get yourself some alone time. You know, there's obvious benefits. I've talked about this many times before about bicycling to work if your option is to ride a bike or drive a car. But that's why thought I'd bring it up today, you know, the option of working from home. You know, I mean, that is the ultimate, I guess, in reducing emissions, not polluting the planet. Just stay home. I still believe, though, in riding a bike, of course. So, yeah, I thought I'd just acknowledge that in this video because I don't think I mentioned it before, but there may be, hopefully, just a small percentage of you that won't be bicycling to work anymore, you know? You won't have to. You can just work from home. Maybe you have an IT job or some sort of a computer science job or whatever. So you can just do that from home. Scary thing about that, though, is if you can just work from home, think about it. Other people around the country could theoretically take your job, or people around the world. And that's already been going on, outsourcing. So it's kind of a scary thing. If you have a job that you can just do completely virtually, you know, job security, I'd be a little worried about that. I would imagine that's where the world's going, though, is and just like lowering wages, lowering salaries. Hey, you don't need to commute anymore. You don't need this much money anymore. Or I've heard even worse case scenarios where it's like people are making less money working from home, but then they're called back to the office and they're told, come on back into the office. We're not gonna give you a raise or anything. Just come on back in. It's like, what? What? That's like a pay cut. If I gotta pay for gas or pay for you know, train fare, you know, pay to upkeep a vehicle to do that. I mean, that's like a pay cut, right? What the heck? I'm not for that. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. So that's what I've been reading about, people moving from expensive cities to less expensive cities, basically, and continuing to work the same job for the same pay. Now, that may not really seem very fair to the employer, but my opinion is you can't be, you know, you can't be sending people backward. That is, you know, you can't be making less money. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. I guess you could say, well, what if in a normal situation, in a normal world, you decide to relocate, move somewhere else? Of course, the wage or the salary is going to be different depending on the economy in that area. I still feel it's really wrong to, you know, basically make people go backwards, take away their money that they were making. I don't know, you could say it's all choice. You know, you chose to move, so we're not going to give you that much money anymore. I don't know. I'm probably, let's make it right, probably harping too much on money. Because it ain't all just about money. I mean, it is to an extent. But once you get the necessities dealt with, then it's more so about quality of life. That's just my opinion. You know, one of the most important things to me is just quality of life, how healthy I am, my time. You know, I figure I got, you know, enough for food and shelter, so it's like at that point, it's kind of like, well, whoo, it's hot today, it's about 100 Fahrenheit. Maybe I should move somewhere where it's not so hot. But then I'll say that again later, like, oh, it's winter time. Maybe I should move somewhere where it's warmer. Let's go right, yeah. Extend this commute at least a little bit longer. I had a list here, so let me pull up my list. So pollution, yeah, I mean, I am totally for, and I fully support people who decide or want to work from home, because chances are you're going to use some sort of form of transportation that expends energy, even if it, you know, isn't yourself on a bike. You'll, you know, take the bike to the train station and the train to wherever. Train requires energy. That's got to come from somewhere. That's pollution. So I have nothing against, you know, using a bike as a, what was it, last mile, that's what they sometimes call it, mode of transportation, you know, to get you to and from the train station or whatever, or the bus depot or whatever. So I think that's awesome. Any way you can incorporate, let's make a left. Now we're making a loop, bike blogger. Now we're making a loop. But yeah, I prefer, if I can, to just do the full commute on a bike, because I'm out in the open air, I can breathe, I'm not cramped around a bunch of people. There's a lot of benefits to that. So yeah, it's just making people come into the office if they really don't need to, and it's just management, like, blah, 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 they want to stare at you. And it's scary too, because, you know, you got to keep in mind, anything you do on company property, and that includes virtually on a company computer, just assume they're spying on you. So just keep that in mind. There's always management watching you. But yeah, there's absolutely no point for some people to even go into the office, and it's just horrible for the environment. Why are all these people driving back and forth to the same place every day when they really don't need to be doing that, and very much polluting the planet? I mean, I couldn't even imagine accounting for, like, how much pollution that'd be. That's got to be a ton of pollution, just the regular commute to work. So that's one good thing about technology, I guess, is that it might be changing some of that. Did I cover everything? Here comes a car. Slow down a little. So I want to check my notes. They're all scrambled up here. And relaxing, save money, exercise, all the good stuff. I've talked about this before, but I thought I'd just bring it up anyway. So yeah, what do you think? Are you still working from home? Have you always worked from home? Do you prefer working from home? Do you like working from home all the time? Would you rather, you know, have a 4-day? I've heard about that, and that seems to make a lot of sense to me. Have like a 4-day work week in the office, and then, you know, Friday, you know, you work from home or something. That seems like a great idea. That seems like a good compromise to me, especially if you're in a job where you really don't need to be physically at the place. But there's, of course, it depends on personality. You know, different people have different opinions on these things. Also depends if you get along with your coworkers or not, I guess. But if, you know, want to like to see people, pat them on the back, shake their hand, hug them, kiss them, do other inappropriate things to them. But I'm making loops now. So anyway, thanks for coming along with me on this bike ride home from work today. Let me know what you think. The case for bicycle commuting in a changing world. See you next time. Whew.